Hi there, this is garyryanblair, and today I want to share with you an unknown but an extremely important story on what it means to truly unleash your greatness. Now, it's been called the greatest 45 minutes in sports history. I'm talking about 4 world records in just 3/4 of an hour. Not 45 weeks or 45 days, but yes, 45 minutes. So here's the backstory. On the 25th of May, 1935, 21-year-old Jesse Owens averaged a world record every 9 minutes at the Big Ten Championships. It all began at 3:15 p.m. when Jesse Owens lined up to set the world record in the 100-yard dash with a time of 9.4 seconds. Then, at 3:25 p.m., he set the world record in the long jump with a leap of 8.13 meters. At 3:34 p.m., with less than 10 minutes after setting a world record that would stand for a quarter of a century, Owens lined up once again for the 220-yard dash, and he crushed the world record by 0.3 of a second, finishing in just 20.3 seconds. From there, at 4:00 p.m. in the afternoon, Owens arguably saved the very best until last, because in just 22.6 seconds, he annihilated the 200-meter world record in the low hurdles. But that performance was merely an appetizer for Owens, because on August 9, 1936, Owens won his 4th gold medal at the Berlin Olympic Games. Owens' story is one of a high-profile sports star making a statement that transcended not just athletics, but it spilled over into the world of global politics. Berlin at that time was on the verge of World War II, and it was bristling with Nazism, and there were red and white swastikas flying everywhere. Brown-shirted stormtroopers goose-stepped, while Adolf Hitler postured, harangued, and even threatened. A montage of evil was played over the chillingly familiar Nazi anthem. This was the background that Owens was competing with in the 1936 Olympics. And when Owens finished competing, the African-American son of a sharecropper and the grandson of slaves had single-handedly crushed Hitler's myth of Aryan supremacy. He gave 4 virtuoso performances, winning gold medals in the 100 and 200 meter dashes, in the long jump, and on America's 4x100 relay team. So you want to score that one: Owens 4, Hitler 0. And a remarkably even-keeled and magnanimous human being, Owens never rubbed it in. And just as sure as he knew that fascism was evil, he also knew that his country had a ways to go in improving life for African Americans. He said, "When I came back to my native country, after all the stories about Hitler, I couldn't ride in front of the bus," Owens said. "I had to go to the back door. I couldn't live where I wanted. I wasn't invited to shake hands with Hitler, but I wasn't invited to the White House to shake hands with the president either." Owens himself wasn't complaining. That wasn't his style. He believed that it was his job simply to make things better. Jesse Owens died of lung cancer at the age of 66 on March 31st, 1980 in Tucson, Arizona. And in 1984, a street near the Olympic Stadium in Berlin was renamed the Jesse Owens Avenue in his honor. And a decade after his death, President Bush awarded Owens the Congressional Medal of Honor. He called his victories in Berlin an unrivaled athletic triumph, but more than that, a triumph for all of humanity. Owens is a class act who spent the better part of his life trying to make things better. He left a wonderful legacy and a worthy challenge for each one of us to consider during these challenging times. I'm going to leave you with this thought. The ultimate test of the impact of your life is twofold. First, whether the world you leave behind is qualitatively different from that which you inherited, and what specific contribution did you make to that change? Now let's all do something virtuous with the limited time that we have. And a good place to start is by asking ourselves, how can I make things better? Oh, and one more thing. To add to his incredible list of accomplishments, Jesse Owens returned to Ohio State for his junior year, and he competed in 42 contests. And guess what? He won them all.